All right, y'all, good morning. It's kind of a chilly morning. We've had a pretty rough couple days. We'll just say that because of the rain, and then it got like real warm for some reason. Warm front come through, so it made the bite kind of tough. So it's kind of chilling back off. We're getting ready to have another massive cold front come through. So we're just kind of, I don't know, just kind of seeing where everything's at. Bait has been tough, except for this morning. It was fairly easy this morning. So we got good bait, fresh skipjack. So that's kind of been the deal. We're starting off in well, we fished this before, but what I'm doing different this time is I did a little bit of scanning, and I found some good fish. We're sitting in a hole, we're sitting in 50 foot of water, but right behind us, the hole kind of comes up to like an underwater point, but there was structure as it goes up. And I seen like 3 or 4 decent fish on Sonar. So I don't know, we'll toss some baits out and see what's gonna happen. Once I get everything set up, I'll show you guys on the graph kind of what I'm talking about, kind of the area situation, I guess. So let me get these baits out, then I'll get you guys caught up on what we're doing. Okay, so I'll explain a little bit. So since we've had all that rain, it has definitely ramped up the current on this river. Now this river, we typically don't have higher current or high-ish current. Today we got about a mile an hour current, which normal current on this river is about 0.3, 0.4, sometimes 0.5 on a heavy, after a small heavy rain. But we've got not quite enough current to walk a bait back, which that kind of sucks. I already tried, so it just kind of stops behind the boat there. So what we're looking for today is, so these fish will be positioned. These fish will be positioned behind current breaks. They're gonna try to get out of this current as much as they can, so to speak, to the point where they know that food's gonna be moving, and they're gonna be positioned where they could still be out of the current, but still feed at the same time. So we're starting out here. This is as you can tell, it's an outside bend. There's a point down there, and there's one up above us. So it's an outside bend. We're gonna start here, just for the simple fact I was scanning down this spot, and then right as this hole come up, I seen fish, and then of course there's structures sitting right on top of where this hole comes up. So we're gonna hope that's the case, and they're sitting there. But anyway, I'll show you on the graph. So this is another hole. It comes up just a little bit, and then it dips back off. So we're sitting in, like I said, we're sitting in 50 foot of water. So right back behind us, you'll see this little hump, well, slight underwater point. But as it goes up out of this hole, that's all structure right there, all that structure. I scanned it. Now right around in this area is where I seen at least 3 good fish. Now, I'm assuming that they're catfish. The way they were positioned, they could be catfish. So, I mean, we got fresh baits out, so the only thing we really can do is just kind of get them out there and see if we're going to get one to bite, or ideally all 3 or more than that. But the good thing about this type of current, and the reason why I like fishing like this when there is current like this, is that scent is being carried way back. There's a fish right there. Yep, just like that. But I'm saying it's just carrying this scent so far down, and you even though it's not the fish that you saw coming up out of the hole or in the spot you seen, it's also could bring fish that's further back. Yeah, I didn't think it would take long, because these fish are, if we can find a position like that on the back of these holes instead of on the front like they have been, and it may work out. curious to see what hook he bit. Obviously using the current to their advantage. He didn't pull any drag, so I don't think he's a monster, but providing he gets in the boat, he'll be a skunk buster. Heck yeah. Gotta like that. Ain't even been here 5 minutes. Oh yeah, hit that bottom hook. Which with this current, running this, I guess this is actually called a high-low rig. It's not a double hook rig. But running this, you can definitely, this is about what I saw down there too. So with the current, so kind of, I'm gonna leave that fish on there just to kind of illustrate it. So that top bait's gonna be up off the bottom a little bit more, and that bottom bait is gonna be kind of more or less dead on the bottom, if not just a few inches off the bottom. So that's why I like, you know, I didn't understand it before when I was, you know, I seen other people using it, but now I understand it, and it's caught quite a few fish for me so far. But this is about what I saw down there. I saw 3 of these. Yep, I saw 3 of these down here, about this size. They looked about like that. This old big-headed male. Heck yeah, buddy, appreciate that. 5 minutes into the trip, get the skunk out. Thank you. But yeah, so that's, I mean, but I guess this is called the high-low rig, not the double hook rig. But if you can, well, get this, but if you could see, so as it's leaning back towards the boat, of course now the current is moving, so it's gonna push on this line. So that's how it's gonna pretty much sit on the bottom. Just like that. And it's effective. Definitely effective. Let me get another piece of bait, get it out there. But anytime you could take advantage of like a whole scenario like that, but when there's more behind it and stuff like that, anytime you can take advantage of that in current, then you have a pretty good chance of finding some fish. Because like I said, I'm basically, with the scent going down, I'm basically fishing this whole bank down to that point. And even, I would dare say, even off the point. Because if a fish is back there and he's hungry, they'll come move it up. All right, I need to get the rest of this boat square, I think. I ain't even got the net up or nothing. What? I can't believe we only got one of them fish to eat. We have caught that fish, then I cast this back out and immediately got bit, and then that was it. I can't believe we only had one of them fish eat. They were positioned to feed too, but anyway, we're just gonna pick up and we're gonna slide back, do the same thing on this next hole, get on the back side of it. Man, I thought for sure we'd catch another one here. All right, seen some more fish going on the back side of this hole. Just kind of seems like I went through the entire hole, didn't see nothing. Then as it starts to come up, is where I seen them. That's good. That's good. It's 2 of them we found like that. Maybe we can make that a pattern. Yeah, we're set up in the right spot. Let this boat get squared away. Well, as it's getting squared away, I'll show you where we set up at. Okay, so this is some structure here. I didn't see nothing around it, but right as we start to come up, like right through, well, I actually scanned up through here. They were all right in here. Now, not a bunch, there's not a bunch down there, but there was one decent looking one and a couple of other ones that were okay. But there was one decent one down there. I'd say probably close to what we caught already, but interesting. All right, let's move on over it. Had a fish hit this and I carrying it over this other line. Oh yeah, God dog. I'm sure that bait's down there just twisting. Sure is, just making a big old mess. All right, so this is the first of the 2 points I want to hit, and we're going to start looking at inside bends. See if we can see more fish in those. Seen some fish down there, but they appear to be of the smaller variety. But you never know. Don't do me no good if you don't get hooked up, buddy. Okay, I think he finally got hooked up. Yeah, that's about what I saw down there too. Little feller. I mean, little feller. Dog. Where do we go from the first fish to you, buddy? How does that happen? Little buddy. Yeah, we're gonna have to find us some. I did see a few of these down there, but well, either way, I appreciate it, little buddy. What do we do? Do we go back to that point that's on that? Because it's right behind this point here, obviously it's an inside bend. I'm wondering if we just need to go there. I mean, we ain't been sitting here that long. Well, I've been sitting here 20 minutes. Yeah, let's go do that. We'll put all fresh bait on over there. Because I did not see anything impressive here. Well, that first fish, it kind of threw us for a loop. I thought for sure we was gonna just knock him out. Well, that is not the case. Well, let's move back there. Like I said, we'll put fresh bait on. All right, this is another, well, this is part of the beginning of the inside bend. I just went past a lot of the other stuff, so we're kind of on this point. It's going to be a little bit lighter current right through this area. It's actually going to shoot back that way. So we're gonna see if that makes a difference. Since I'm going down to the spots, I didn't even bother scanning it. I mean, it is what it is. Either here or they ain't. That's why I like going to my furthest point than, you know, working back up. That way I can scan to the next spot. But it is what it is. No big deal. We'll get some of these baits out. See what we can't get into here. Do you have it? Yep, he's got it. Little dude, a dog. Feels like a channel cat. And that is exactly what it is. Oh, Chan man. Oh, buddy. Where's the big fish at? You point me in the right direction, I'll leave you guys alone. Old green rod's doing some weird stuff. Yeah, where's the big ones at so I can leave you guys alone? Like this fish pushed in the mud. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. I don't know exactly what's going on with this one. It's just a very, you can just barely see just like little taps. That's all you can, just little taps. I don't know if that's that second hook being caught by the current. I don't know. Let me get another piece of bait out there. A little bit of motion going on here. Looking awful flatheady. Well, whatever it is, I got him. He's sitting there swimming off. He was swimming up this way. So what I'm saying, they're gonna use this flat. Like I said, they're going to use this flat. They're going to move up to it. I just don't know how much time we want to sit on it, you know? He was biting awful flat-headed, but I'm not real sure. Caught a glimpse of him, I couldn't tell. It is a flathead. Oh, the hook came out and it got him. I guess the hook came out. What happened there, buddy? He got hooked in the belly. Interesting. How did that happen? Come on in here, buddy. I apologize for that. I ain't real sure how that happened. Little buddy. Yeah, I guess it come out of his mouth. Got him right in the belly. The old pretty looking thing. Beautiful fish. I don't care. 5 pounds, 50 pounds. Y'all are some beautiful fish. Well, I appreciate that, little dude. Thank you. Sorry about the belly. I mean, luckily it was just on his skin, so it wasn't terrible. I ain't real sure how he did that because he was swimming off with it, but came on that rattle. Not that that means anything. That's the first fish I've caught on this rattle since I've been using it. A lot of fish moving up through here, but I don't think they're the size we're looking for. I mean, one could move through. That is a potential fact. We're just steadily getting bit, but it looks like nothing but dink bites. There we go. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're moving up to this point here. This is definitely not the one that's been pecking on it, I don't think. Heck yeah. Kinda give up. Where are you going, buddy? And if you want to come on this side, we'll go on this side. Just wow, is that the... I mean, on this rig here, a foul hook fish is pretty common. Yeah, he's got the bottom hook in his mouth. He just twisted around and got hung up in the top hook. Oh, buddy. All right, all right, all right. Got it, got it, got it. Yeah, he's just all twisted up. Oh, big-headed male. Hang on, buddy. I know, you couldn't do none of that out there, could you? And you wanted to in the worst way. If you just chill out a second, I will get you squared away, buddy. He got slime on. Oh, yeah, dog. All right, chill out there, buddy. Yeah, chill out there. It's a little bit better fish if he stays pinned. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. A little bit less current right through here. Good solid little feeding flat. We just happened to catch it at the right time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Heck yeah, I like that. Looking up and hearing drag. Oh, he's staying down. What are you, buddy? Oh yeah, nice blue. Heck yeah, buddy. Oh, oh, oh. Nice blue. He's kind of a borderline knitter, but we're gonna knit him anyway. Come here, buddy. Heck yeah. Oh, no, no, rolling the net. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's he's right at 20, 25. We'll throw a scale on him. First, you chill right there, buddy. First, let me get this dude taken care of. He's been out of the water long enough. See, he's got this line all twisted up around him, and he's got a ton of slime. Ooh, ooh, ooh. God, would you just chill out, buddy? God, dog. Just stop. Stop. Hateful thing. Here, go on. I guess if I was out of the water that long too, I'd probably be upset. Okay. Come here, buddy. Heck yeah. Do that. Need to get control of that head. There we go. God dog, buddy. You weren't messing around with that one, were you? Okay. Oh, look at this dude. Oh yeah, look at that dude there. Okay, let me lay you down, buddy. I'm guessing, I'll guess 18, 19 pounds. Let me grab my scale. Take that back, he's 21. Okay, okay, okay. Heck yeah, good looking fish. Would you quit? Yeah, good looking fish though. All right, buddy, I appreciate the heck out of that. If you open your mouth, there you go. Heck yeah. All right, we got to get some rods out. But yeah, that's what that's kind of what I was hoping they would do at this little spot. is they're just moving from the channel, wherever they're chilling, coming up here getting something to eat. Now this bite will die for sure. But yes, this bite will die for sure because it only lasts a little bit. We'll sit here, see what else moves up. God, he slimed this whole thing. Oh, buddy. Yeah, we'll sit here and see what else moves up here. I mean, the options are endless because you got, you know, the main channel in a hole right back behind us. Got another deep hole to the left of us. You know, so the options of what will move up in here at some point are kind of endless. Because this is a really good, I mean, this whole bank actually is really good because it's loaded with bait. So, I mean, there's just a number of things, a number of fish that could be here at some point. I ain't gonna say right now, but at some point. Oop, oop. They're definitely coming up on that shallower side, and that's fine. Another decent fish. Well, he was fighting pretty good in the beginning. He just kind of gave up. I like it when they hit it like that, though. That means because what that means, especially where we're sitting at, when they're coming up here, they're looking to feed. When they're hitting it like that. Buddy, come back over this way. Yeah, come back over this way. No. Yeah, they are looking to feed when they hit it like that, especially where we're sitting. Good deal. Come on in here, buddy. Oh yeah, that's about a 15-pounder right there. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw a scale on him too. I just keep calling out these weights, but you know, not because I've caught so many fish, but I just kind of know what they look like. All right, chill out there, buddy. Let me grab the scale real quick. I'm just gonna leave it back here. I say he's between 13 and 15 pounds. Yep. Well, he's just not quite 14. Or, I mean, not quite 13. All right, a little off on that dude. He just got a bigger head than most. Well, I do appreciate that, buddy. Heck yeah, just a good average so far, these last few fish. Just a dang good average. Yep, not quite 13. Because that rod, there's actually a current seam that's right there, and that rod's kind of right in that current seam. So I can see it now that we got some ripple in the water. Got another wave of fish coming up here. That'd be cool. All right, we're gonna slide back, try one more spot. don't know what that's gonna do for us, but we're gonna try it anyway. Now we did pretty good here. I was kind of impressed. Yeah, we're gonna slide back to one more spot. Then nothing spectacular has happened in the last 20 minutes. So, gonna go sit on top of another underwater point. It's actually just straight back behind the boat. I don't know how it's gonna work. That current blows right into the bank right there, but we'll sit on it. All right, we made it to our other spot. I'll show you this spot on the graph. It's something just so simple, so little, you know, it's kind of one of them, like well, knowing what I know now, I would definitely fish it because we're getting ready to, obviously, but I need to get this boat to get straighter than this. Get this wind coming across this flat back here. It's one thing I like about current. You know, once you finally get good enough current, you know, you getting that back of the boat to swing around where you want it and all that stuff, just a matter, just turn the motor a little bit. All right, let me show you this spot. It's kind of a neat little deal. So basically, what we have here is, let me see, we zoom out. Okay, so this is the point here. We're on the back side of this point. Well, that is a, you know, it's kind of a big flat there. It does flatten out pretty good up towards over there. And so there's a deep hole here, or actually it's just the main channel, but it gets real deep. And where we're sitting is kind of, I mean, they could come up right through here. That'd be another good spot to sit. But we're sitting right here. It's just kind of where the contour lines are spaced out just a little bit more. They might, you know, they might come through like working the ledge. If they're working the ledge, we're there. If they're kind of on this flat right here, we're there. You know, if they decide to come out of this channel and come up this way, pretty much we're there. So, but this is going to be the last spot. So we're going to sit here and kind of see what's going to happen. Like I said, I can't remember the last time I fished this spot. It's been a long time ago. I do remember this spot because my first ever catfish tournament that I fished out here, I set somewhere in this area. I ended up catching like a 50 something. What's funny about that tournament is I ended up catching, it was a 5-fish tournament. I ended up catching 5 fish, but second place was only 30 something pounds. So, you know, I could have won the tournament with that one fish, but I think since then, I don't think I've come back here and really messed with it a whole lot. But it's a good little spot though. I mean, like I said, it's a good little avenue for these fish if they wanted to come up this way, or if, like I said, if they're just kind of cruising that deeper, flat-ish bottom. So, and it's a mud bottom. That's kind of the other side of it too. So, we'll give this, let's see, what time is it? Yeah, we'll give it probably about 30, 45 minutes, just see what happens. I mean, I'm not super confident about this spot. You know, it's kind of, especially with this current, it kind of seems like I misjudged how it's coming off that bank. So I may need to be a little bit closer in, but we'll fish it. It's not terrible right here. And if there's fish down there, kind of on that little hump back behind where we're at, you know, or even down a little bit further, you know, maybe that scent will get to them. They'll come up and investigate it. Ooh, there we go. There we go. I don't know if it's the same fish that was swimming off with it, but kind of feels like the same caliber by far. Little dude. Yeah, that's what I think happened. I think we had a wad of little ones come moving through. Getting kind of worried. We pulled up here and we're almost to our time limit. little fish. Yeah, there might have been just a little too much current right out here for these bigger ones to be moving around. Come here, little dude. Little buddy. Ooh, you are, my Lord. Hard as a rock, buddy. Let me get you taken care of. There we go. Much better. Well, I mean, they are just a gorgeous looking fish when they're small like this. Look at the little, you can see the little white speckles on that thing. Yeah, cool looking fish. They're just so nice and clean and pretty. Let them get a couple spawns under their belt and they look all beat up, and I appreciate it. Well, like I said, we've kind of hit the end of our time limit here, and like the bite itself is just, it's died. Like it, I mean, that has just been the typical theme the last month, really, because it was like a midday bite, then now it's a morning bite and an evening bite. Which my next trip, my plan is to do to come out here in the evening. That's going to be my plan, because I do want to fish, like come out here about 2, 3 o'clock, fish till a little bit after dark. That's going to be probably my next trip. That's what I kind of want to do, just to kind of see what that evening bite's like. I've been catching this morning bite pretty good. I kind of got it pretty well timed. It's just a matter of, being in front of the right fish at that particular point. But we're gonna have the same current, because we've had so much rain. We're gonna have the same current, conditions are gonna be a little bit different. We're actually supposed to be getting more rain tonight, so we may have more current, I don't know. So we'll see how that all pans out. But yeah, it's that's gonna be the next thing that I wanna do, is I wanna try to hit that afternoon, evening bite, and just see if maybe more, we find more bigger fish, or they may set up completely different. I don't know. They could be out in the middle of the channel, or they could be slap on the bank. I'm not 100% sure. But I think that what we found today is gonna help for sure, because we know where the feeding areas are. They have that rush in the morning, they probably pull back out, just become inactive fish, and then right there in the evening, the last couple hours, they'll pull back up and they'll get ready to feed again. That's what I have in my head at this particular point, until I'm proven otherwise by the afternoon trip. But yeah, not a terrible day. We caught a pretty dang good fish. Nothing spectacular, but we put together a little pattern really fast, and then found a few fish. So I always like doing that. But like I said, we're getting to that point where we're just going to be sitting out here for the next 2 or 3, 4 hours, and not even probably catch more of those. So, but all in all, still a fun day. Just goes to show you ain't got to be, run all over the place, and it's just looking for little things on the bottom there, and it could potentially hold some good fish, potentially, because we have caught some good fish on some of that similar looking stuff. It's just I wanted to try it down here and see what it would have produced. Not saying had we hit more of that stuff, maybe on that side, maybe find a little bit more of this inside bend fish, fishing, we could have found a good fish. But it is whatever, I guess. But we'll definitely come back out and do an afternoon trip. I want to check that bite out, see what it's like. But anyway, I guess with all that being said, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.